mean, I'm quite a calm person, and I was quite calm through the whole thing, and didn't really think about it too much. Kind of just got on with my life, and obviously I gave up smoking and drinking and tea and coffee, and didn't eat all the things that you shouldn't eat, and that was really all I did.
How much did you smoke before you became pregnant?
I used to smoke. I wasn't a heavy smoker, about 10-15 a day, and I've given up completely now.
So did you give up when you found out you were pregnant?
The day I found out I was pregnant, I gave up.
Tell me about that. Was that hard?
No, it wasn't, because I've wanted to give up for ages, and to actually have a reason to give up smoking was a good thing, definitely. And yeah, it was good, because obviously I don't smoke now either, so it's brilliant. And also giving up drinking, that was the hardest bit. I mean, you can have a glass of wine here and there, but that's it. So that wasn't too bad, really.
Tell me about the midwives and your experience of being cared for by the midwives.
Yeah, like I say, they were brilliant. They were really good. They gave me all the information that I needed, and they told you everything you needed to know. And it's just nice to go in for your checkups and know you're going in for your checkups, so they could tell you everything was in the right place, and everything was going fine, and there's nothing wrong with you. Because you can become quite paranoid about things being wrong. But no, they really put my mind at ease, and they were very good.
Did you get paranoid occasionally?
Yes.
Tell me what you got paranoid about.
You just think, oh, it's not moving today, or there must be something wrong, or just generally that, actually, the movement thing, when they start moving at 5 months or whatever, 4 or 5 months. That was when I started to become more paranoid, because oh, he's not moving today, what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. And I was waiting for my midwife appointments, so so they could confirm the heartbeat, and everything was fine. But no, they were good, and I think they shouldn't, because I heard that they were trying to not have so many midwife appointments in the future. I don't know if that's still going on, but I don't think they should do that, definitely not.
Is there any advice that you would offer to health professionals, midwives or GPs or whomever, about how to be, about what pregnant women need that they may not be getting?
I mean, like I say, they need to definitely to see their midwives as often as they can. Really, I think that's very important, and probably more often than you do actually go in the beginning, because in the beginning you're only going once every 2 months to see your midwife check up, and I think you should be able to go when you like, really. That would be good.
How did you feel in between appointments?
I just felt that I wanted to go more often, just to make sure everything's okay. And I think especially with your first baby, I think when you've had a baby and you've been through the experience, and you know what's going to happen to you, and you know what all these feelings and stuff that are going on. But yeah, like I say, especially with your first pregnancy, I think you need extra midwife attention. With the second one or third one or whatever, you're a bit of an old hat at it, so I don't think you need it so much.
Were you able to ring up your midwife in between appointments?
You could do, yeah, you could do.
Did you ever do that?
I didn't, no.
Why not?
Because I feel that all the people that work on the NHS, for the NHS, are very, very busy, and I just, nothing was wrong with me, nothing was wrong with me ever. So I didn't feel the urge to ring her, and for no reason. So.
Were there ever times when there was just something that was bothering you, and you would have quite liked to be able to speak to somebody? or just be reassured?
Yeah, there was times, like I say, if I'd had a couple of days of no movement, or a day of no movement, and you're supposed to have 10 movements a day, and I'd only had 6 that day or something. But it's just something that you are more paranoid about things, and like I say, especially with your first baby.
Did you go to antenatal classes at all?
I did, yes.
What were those like? Tell me about those.
They were okay. They didn't really tell me anything I didn't know already. I mean, it's nothing that you couldn't read out of a book or anything like that. I wouldn't suggest to anybody to go to them, to be honest.
Right, so what was going on at the classes? Can you describe it to me?
It was mostly like for you to make friends with other couples with babies, basically. That seemed to be the main aim, as far as I could tell. And lots of sort of group activities and silly games and things like that.
What kind of group activities?
Just like communication activities, and I mean, obviously the theme was pregnancy and giving birth, and lots of word association games and things like that. It was quite strange.
What was the point of that?
It was like words about pregnancy, and I don't know. It was quite a strange thing.
Did they explain why?
Oh yeah, they did. It was oh god. Like she had a thing with missing words, and you had to put the words in where you thought they should be. Obviously about pregnancy and oh god, I can't really remember.
What? So to see if you knew what things meant.
What the words were, and it was. I suppose it was fairly interesting, but like I say, I wouldn't suggest it to anybody else to go, to be honest, even if on a first pregnancy. But I only knew these things from reading lots of books. I got lots of books from the library and got given lots of books, and I read a lot. And so it's like I say, if for somebody who doesn't want to read lots of books and find out information that way, then possibly it would be a good thing to do. But like I say, I never learnt anything.
Did you? Were you just very enthusiastic to go and get books and read them?
Yeah, always. I wanted to know everything about what was going to happen to me, and all the different stages of pregnancy, and what was going on inside me, and what he looked like now, so I was enthusiastic to read and find out information.
Was it quite easy to find good books?
Yeah, I mean, even, like I said, the library had a good selection of books. I bought a good few books from the bookshop, and I got lent books from people, and so, yeah, it was easy, definitely.
Did you look for information on the internet at all?
No, because I don't know how to use it.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. My boyfriend is really good at that, so if I wanted to, I could have done, but I didn't. No.
Did you talk to other people who'd had babies previously about their experience?
Yeah.
Was that helpful or unhelpful?
Very helpful.
Tell me about some of the ways in which that was helpful.
Well, one of my best friends has had a baby, and just kind of worked with her as well, and just I was asking her questions all the time about what happened, and it was very helpful. Definitely, it's good to know people who've had babies if you haven't one yourself. Definitely.
Can you give me some examples of things that you wanted to know that it was really useful to hear from someone who'd had a baby? I wanted to know about the birth, but she didn't tell me too much about that, thankfully. But no, just general health questions really, and should I be doing this now, and should it be like this now, and should my ankles look like this now, and things like that really. Was it important to you to be able to go every 6 weeks?
Yeah, it was. And then towards the end you go every 2 weeks and then every week. And actually my midwife spotted I had pre-eclampsia in the last 4 weeks of my pregnancy, and my midwife spotted it because actually I went to my GP then for some blood tests, and it didn't get through the blood tests. By the time it had come through, I was near the end of my pregnancy, and I'd had pre-eclampsia 4 weeks beforehand, and on my midwife appointment they spotted it and sent me straight to the hospital, and I was induced the next day. And so that was, they really sort of helped me then, definitely.
Did you feel any different when you started to have the pre-eclampsia?
Not at all, no. I mean, I was swollen anyway. My feet were swollen and my face was swollen, but I thought that was quite normal. And also, I was working full-time to the Saturday, and I had him on the Tuesday, and I don't think that helped at all. I thought that's why I was swollen, because I was a hairdresser, on my feet. So that was kind of it, really. I didn't have any symptoms at all, but obviously it's high blood pressure. That's the main symptom, and you don't notice that at all. So,
did you know what pre-eclampsia was?
I did, yeah, because I'd been to my antenatal classes, and I read a lot of books and all that sort of business. So I did vaguely know what it was. So.
Tell me what happened at the midwife's appointment when they discovered that you had pre-eclampsia.
I went for your usual, wee test and blood pressure, and she had a poke around, and basically they found it from the urine sample, and she literally phoned the hospital that minute and got me in there straight away, and like I say, I was induced the next day, so really quick.
How did she explain to you that you had pre-eclampsia?
Oh God. Basically, just told me pre-eclampsia, basically, because I knew what it was. So she just said you've got pre-eclampsia. I need to go to the hospital straight away.
How did you feel when she said you have to go to the hospital now?
Very scared. Yeah, I was very, very nervous, and my partner was at work. I was with one of my friends who's also pregnant at the time, and she took me at the hospital, and I was a mess.
Really?
Yeah.
Just tell me about that. What happened? How are you feeling?
Just really, really scared. Really scared. The fact that I knew I was going to be having my baby the next day rather than it happening naturally, and very, very anxious. Definitely very anxious and worried about it, and just wanted my partner to be with me and to get it over and done with. Really.
And what happened in the hospital? What kind of care did you receive?
They were brilliant. Again, they were really good. They took my blood pressure again, and did all the tests, and they said that they would get me in the next day to be induced, and they were all very calm, and made me very calm. And then my partner arrived, and I felt better then as well. And after a couple of hours, I was fine. I was alright. Sorted myself out. But they were very good, really good. It was over Christmas as well. So Christmas Eve he was born. So I was in hospital all over Christmas, 5 days, and it was actually quite a nice Christmas, believe it or not. And like I said again, the care at the hospital was brilliant.
What was good about it, can you think?
They were just really on the case. They were taking my blood pressure all the time, I got all the drugs and everything, and making sure that I was okay. And they actually taught, I tried to breastfeed in the beginning, and they were showing, really trying to show me how to do that, and everything, how to bath him, how to do everything. So I was really quite clued up by the time I got home, because I was in there for quite a while. They put this jelly up inside you, and basically that brings on the contractions, makes you contract straight away. So I was contracting straight away, and that wasn't too bad. And they were really, really busy, I remember, and the midwife kept buzzing off and leaving me and my partner. And sometimes we were left like a couple of hours at a time, which wasn't too good. I wasn't impressed about that bit actually. Yeah, the contractions, they obviously got more and more stronger as the day went on, and the birth itself, because I was induced, the contractions started to get more quickly than we thought, and I really wanted to have what's it called, a pain relief when they inject you in the back. What's it called?
Epidural?
Epidural, yeah. I really wanted an epidural, and by the time the anaesthetist come round and to do it, because they were so busy, it was too late basically, and he was trying. He tried to put the needle in my back about 10 times, in some big thick old needle, and I just couldn't keep still for him to do it because I was contracting too quickly. So in the end I had to have him naturally. I didn't like the gas and air at all. I thought it was horrible, so I couldn't have that either. It made me feel sick. And so like I say, he came out naturally, and it was quite painful.
So you had no pain relief at all?
No pain relief at all, and they had to cut me all the way to my bottom basically, and that was quite horrific. But the actual birth itself didn't hurt. It was the contractions and this guy trying to put needles in my back. That was the most painful thing, definitely. And also afterwards, it took an hour and a half for my placenta to come away, and I had various people tugging on it and injecting me, and that was the worst bit actually. The stitches afterwards and the placenta, trying to remove the placenta, that was definitely the worst bit. And that was it really. But I'm sure people have had worse pregnancies, but that seemed quite bad. Not pregnancies, births. That seemed quite bad to me for a first one. I just wish I had pain relief. That would have been